Hello everyone, it's That Bean Guy again, and it's time for a brand new list. The top 5 quarterbacks that are on the hot seat for the 2021 and 2022 season. Let's get started. Number 5 is Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz did great things for Philly, didn't he? Other than get injured. He got injured a lot, by the way. Now, that's not solely on Carson Wentz. I think this year could be a make-or-break season for him due to the fact that he does have that injury history, and his past few years have not looked that good. But I will go ahead and say it like this. I think due to the fact that he's going to have a solid O-line there in Indy, he potentially could have the Comeback Player of the Year award. And that's going to be great for him, even though I will admit I am a little bit skeptical on how he plays and how he's going to look, because last time I checked, Indianapolis does not have top-notch receivers anymore. So, let's move on to our next one, shall we? Number 4, Jared Goff. Now, you may be wondering, why did you put Jared Goff on this list? Well, let me tell you something, good sir. He has no wide receivers. None. Not a single solitary good wide receiver. He's only got alright wide receivers. And that's going to cost him a lot in just touchdowns. And definitely he's going to have a lot of interceptions. This was a bad trade for Jared Goff. And don't get me wrong, he's getting paid good. But again, it's just one of those type of things where he's not going to do good because of lack of wide receiver depth. Now, if they went into the draft and got a solid wide receiver, because I know one was right there staring him right in the eyes, Devontae Smith, that would have helped out a lot. That would have been a perfect choice. I really think that would have been a perfect choice for this situation, but unfortunately they went, well, actually, not unfortunately, they really got a great left tackle. But this isn't going to help Jared Goff hardly at all, because he's not going to be able to throw to what I would call reliable wide receivers. And that's not a shot at any of the people, by the way. I just don't think they're good enough to carry that team to the playoffs. So I'm going to say they're going to be last in the division, and Jared Goff is definitely going to be on the hot seat. But maybe. Maybe he will be. Maybe not. Who knows? But next up is Sam Darnold. Ugh. To be a Carolina Panthers fan right now, which I am. Look, Sam Darnold played awful in New York, and God only knows whose fault that was. It could have been, I don't know, Adam Gaze's, or it just could have been Sam Darnold's in general. They definitely didn't give him a line. He definitely didn't have wide receivers, and now he's coming to Carolina, and he has, well, wide receivers. The line is a little iffy. But I think this is potentially going to be a good thing for Sam Darnold. That's why he's so low on this list. Well, actually, he's not really low. He's just there in the middle. I think it's either going to go one of two ways. He's either going to have a really good season, or he's going to have a really bad season. Just really depends. But yeah, I don't see how he could have a bad season with DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, Christian McCaffrey, Dan Arnold, and just a few other good weapons. And that defense is stout, so all he needs to do is just score a few points, and that defense will take care of the rest. But again, Sam Darnold is just one of those type of players. I'm not real sure how it's going to go. I think he'll do fine, but then again, if he doesn't, he's easily on the hot seat, and Carolina probably could be looking for a brand new quarterback in 2022, which stinks considering you just picked up his 5th-year option. I'm just saying, maybe you should have thought about this a little bit better. And I really hope that they do good, because like I said, I am a die-hard Carolina Panthers fan, so yeah, this one kind of hurts a little bit. And with that being said, let's go ahead and move on. Number 2 is Daniel Jones. The New York Giants picked this dude out of Duke. And when was the last time you ever heard of a Duke quarterback turning out good? I'm waiting. Oh, really? Yeah, never. There's only been maybe 1 or 2 good quarterbacks from Duke. And Daniel Jones is really getting into that point in his career where he is not that good. 11 touchdowns to 10 interceptions is a terrible ratio. And I will say the same thing about good old Sam Darnold too. They are not that good. So with that being said, I think maybe he can be a little bit better this year because they got a brand new wide receiver, But another part of me says, no, he's going to be just as bad. Because one, he can't hold on to the football. He's fumbled 8 times last year alone, and that only hurts your team. So, with that being said, I think maybe this year is it for him. I just cannot see him continuing being the number 1 quarterback if all he's going to do is just have a mediocre season. Or maybe he could be a surprise and come out and be a great quarterback. But our next one, no, this is probably it for him. But before we get to that, let's get to some honorable mentions. Honorable mention number 1, Ben Roethlisberger. Yep, that's right, urinating tree. I put Ben Roethlisberger on this list, and you probably would too, honestly. But Big Ben has been great for the Steelers, but not so much in the past few years. He's been pretty terrible. So the urinating tree and my father-in-law, I am so sorry. Number 2 on the honorable mentions list, Baker Mayfield. Now I know what you're saying, he had a great year last year, but I mean, it really just depends on how many commercials he does. Am I right? No? Well, I think he's going to be just fine. That's why he's on the honorable mentions list, guys. And the last honorable mention is Teddy Bridgewater. While he did play for my team last year, Teddy Bridgewater was mediocre. I did not like Teddy Bridgewater last year. He just cannot drive the ball down the field in the fourth quarter and win games. 8 games by 1 or fewer scores. Come on, Teddy. So, to That's Good Sports, I'm going to tell you I am so sorry if you get in that situation. I know your pain. But the number 1 quarterback that is on the hot seat for 2021 and 2022 is Cam Newton. Cam Newton did not play well at New England at all. In fact, his touchdown to interception ratio was terrible. His touchdowns was in the single digits, and his interceptions were in the double digits. With only 8 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Don't get me wrong, he rushed for quite a few, but what good is that going to do when that's what got you cut from the Panthers to begin with, is running and getting injured? That makes no sense. But I do love Cam Newton because, again, he was a Panther, so he was my favorite quarterback for a long time. I really hope he either does good or gets cut from the team and someone that would know how to use him gets him instead. And that's what he needs, is a coach that knows how to use a running quarterback. Bill Belichick is not the guy, okay? Bill Belichick is more interested in someone like Mac Jones, who they drafted. He's going to be that guy that stands in the pocket and throws it. Cam Newton, he's going to try to escape and extend the play. And that's a smart idea for a running quarterback. But again, I really just think it depends on Bill Belichick and the game plan. For right now, he's going to be the starter. But I have to say it, Cam Newton is definitely on the hot seat this year because this could be the last time he gets a starting gig. So, what did you guys think of my list? Did you like it? I hope so. I really do. I hope you did. And if you would like to see more of my stuff, flick that notification bell. And also, please like, share, and subscribe. I've been your host, That Bean Guy, and I will see you guys in another video coming very soon. Spoiler warning, it's about Mel Kiper Jr.